Hey, and welcome back to Body Working by Becca. Are you someone who drives a lot, or you spend long hours at a desk? Does your knee hurt you? Well, they're probably related, and I have the solution.
The popliteus is a small muscle located at the back of the knee joint. It is responsible for internal rotation of the shin bone as well as unlocking the knee joint when bending the knee from a fully straightened position.
So let's talk about the two ways your popliteus can get tight and present pain in the back of your knee. The first way is if you overuse it. So we all know these people, they're the hyperextenders. So these are the people who stand with their legs locked out all day. And the reason why it gets tight is because this is the muscle that breaks the knee so that you can go ahead and take a walk. So if you're a person who's standing hyperextended all day, you're putting a lot of pressure and overuse on that muscle. The second way it can get tight actually is the opposite. So for the person who drives a lot, sits at a desk for long hours, you're keeping that muscle short, which will keep it tight. So you're bending that knee and keeping it tight all day. How this will present with pain is either you'll have the pain in the back of the knee, or you may have the pain in the front of the knee, but you're not quite sure where the pain's coming from. And this is the reason. You have a fascial sleeve that covers the kneecap. So it comes all the way around, and just like this pant, if you have something pulling on the back side, it'll keep the front side taut. And that's what it'll do. It'll have a really short popliteus, which will pull on that fascial sleeve and create some tautness on the front of that sleeve. So whether you have knee pain or not, if any of the scenarios I just described sound like you may want to go ahead and check the back of your knee and do this exercise just to keep your knee healthy and make sure it doesn't go down that road. So we're going to start, it's going to be a manual manipulation exercise, and I want to begin by talking about the super important factor of not digging into your tissue. So you are going to use the pads of your fingers, but it is important to note that you are going to bend the hand as you're sinking into the tissue. You are not going to bend the fingers to sink into the tissue. The reason for this and why it's so important in this particular exercise is because the back of the knee has a lot of stuff going on back there. So you don't want to break anything back there, you don't want to bruise yourself. It's really easy to do, so take note of this important feature. So again, you're going to bend the hand, not bend the fingers. So what we're going to do is actually drag the popliteus up towards us. So we're going to start by having a long leg on the ground. So you're going to take the two hands and come to the back of the leg. So find the top of that gastroc, the calf muscle, and come up just a little bit. You should feel a bump. That is your popliteus. So we're going to sink our hands into the tissue and drag it towards us. Another note, just like if you were playing with dough, when you're playing with dough, if you stick your fingers in and pull through, you can break the dough. So instead of doing that, we want to use the tissue as if we're pulling the whole thing towards us. Pull the whole dough towards you. Don't rip through the dough. The reason for this is you'll be more effective in what you're actually doing. So again, find that popliteus, and you're going to slowly, slower the better, pull the popliteus up towards you. And you want to do this 3 times, and slower the better, like I said. So sink the hands in and pull that dough towards you rather than kind of stripping the muscle. So you're actually trying to move the entire muscle up. So you want to do this about 3 times, and then take a walk around the room. What you should note is that the back of your leg should feel nice and long now, and the knee should feel less tight. So awesome exercise to do if you're having any sort of knee pain. Start here. It's a great exercise.